Oregon DMV data breach. So now we got to figure out how we're going to protect ourselves in Oregon. I did Louisiana yesterday, so it looks like the whole United States is going to get hacked. So again, let's look at this quick video and see what's going on with it.
Many local school kids count on school lunches. When school is out, they have even less food to eat.
Well, while the commercial goes, once again, that's Oregon, that's Louisiana yesterday, so just nonstop, but we're going to make it. Let's see, pause that, get that sound in there. Let's go.
A massive hack of Oregon DMV records that has a lot of people wondering if their personal information has been compromised. Kylie Boshi joins us in studio to break things down. And Kylie, you have some suggestions on what people should do here.
Yeah, first, don't be alarmed. There's really nothing you need to do right.
You need to be alarmed. You need to start checking your credit, maybe freezing your credit. You need to take action. Don't be complacent.
Right away. You can monitor credit reports for signs of fraudulent activity. Additionally, it's always good to keep a close eye on bank accounts and credit card activity just to make sure nothing weird is going on. So what happened? Well, this is all part of a broader cyber attack that has hit dozens of companies and organizations over the past few weeks. The hackers exploited a vulnerability in a program called MoveIt.
MoveIt's getting everybody hacked. I think MoveIt's going to get a class action lawsuit against them shortly. I predict that because a lot of companies have been getting hacked because of MoveIt.
A popular tool for transferring files quickly over the internet. The Oregon Department of Transportation has used that file sharing software for years. ODOT confirmed yesterday that about 3.5 million driver's license and ID card files were compromised. That includes some sensitive personal information. I spoke with cybersecurity expert Patrick Miller today. He said the ransomware hackers posted online that they're going to delete the data, but he doesn't really believe them. So keep an eye on your accounts.
You know, like always, be vigilant, monitor your credit. I go into my bank and check all the alert boxes to make sure that anything that happens in there, I get a notice of a transaction over $1, even something like that. So keep an eye on your records and get as many notices as you can just to make sure that someone's not using this data against you in a bad way.
Under federal law, you can get a free copy of your credit report every 12 months. We've got links so you can request them on our website. As for the DMV, this probably won't impact day-to-day operations.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think it's going to impact day-to-day operations, but once again, you got to be vigilant. So let's look at this video.
Kids count on school lunches.
Well, David, ODOT tells us they believe the breach happened sometime at the end of May. They say the hackers exploited a vulnerability in a program called MoveIt, a popular tool for transferring files. The culprit, according to U.S. officials, is a Russian ransomware group.
I didn't realize it was the...
Yeah, Russia's been tearing us up. China, the United States, especially from a state, local, small government, definitely needs to get better.
DMV, and it's pretty scary that people can get a hold of all this information about you.
Exactly what information may have been compromised in a global data breach, ODOT isn't saying. They are recommending anyone with an Oregon driver's license, permit, or ID card, that's some 3.5 million people, should monitor their personal credit reports.
So at this point, it kind of feels like, oh gosh, again, I have to go and do my data check and make sure everything is still safe.
Not good. It's a little stressful, you know, because I try to keep all that in check and, you know, keep it private. It's important.
The Oregonian first published news of the DMV data breach Thursday morning and reported that the state first learned about it on Monday. And yet, ODOT didn't confirm the breach or inform the public until Thursday afternoon, a day after the Oregonian asked them about it. ODOT officials reasoned they didn't know just how serious the breach was until 48 hours ago. They say they'd been using the last 2 days to prepare DMV employees for how to answer questions from the public.
We have been very carefully and thoughtfully considering how to best address what we believed would be a number of inbound requests.
That's unsatisfactory. You can't wait 48 hours when you know something happened. As far as state government, NIST, federal compliance tells you, really, within 24 hours, you have to let your constituents know. And also, you need to be practicing this. Large states like Oregon should be having incident response exercises. So when this happens, they know what to do. So that's definitely a failing going on in Oregon. So.
Impacted by the breach feel that simply warning the public should have been ODOT's top priority, a notion they brushed aside when we brought it up.
It just seems like there is a lack of urgency here that you haven't taken account for.
I feel like that was more of a comment than a question, and Mark is back online, so I'm going to move on to Mark.
There's also frustration over ODOT not disclosing the specific personal information that may have been compromised. They did say compromised data could include information beyond what's printed on the ID cards themselves. It's worth noting, up until 2021, Oregonians were asked for their social security numbers when applying for a driver's license. ODOT says they don't want those responsible for the cyber attack to know exactly what information was compromised, which is why they're keeping it from the public right now.
We're basically trying to respect various different competing interests here around privacy, security, and disclosure, working with other security experts who also are providing us advice in this arena.
Under federal law, you have the right to receive a free copy of your credit report every 12 months when you request one from the 3 major consumer credit reporting agencies. We've posted links to all of them, including information on how to freeze your credit on kgw.com. David.
Yeah, lots of lingering questions tonight, including the one you asked, Catherine. Thanks so much.
Yeah, Catherine getting in trouble, man. She putting people on the spot, but no, long story short, they need to be practicing that. They need to have it's called incident response. I got a couple of videos. You should be prepared for when you're going to have a breach. It's not when, but when, not if, but when. So Oregon needs to do much better. Once again, Professor Black Ops, please subscribe.